Amy Fellner Donnelly. In 1909, no woman had ever driven across America. Could Alice Ramsey be the first?
Scene 1, New York City. In 1909, Alice Ramsey wanted to be the first woman to drive a car across America.
In those days, not many people had cars, and there were few paved roads. Traveling by car outside of cities and towns was rough, even dangerous. There were very few car repair shops. If your car broke down, you could get stuck anywhere.
Alice Ramsey had a lot of critics. They were people who criticized her plans and made fun of her.
Drive across America? Are you crazy, Alice? No woman can do that.
Maybe, but I'm still going to do it.
It will take months over terrible roads. You'll have to climb mountains, cross rivers, and drive across deserts.
Then that's what I'll do.
You'll never make it alone.
I'll go with her. I'm her friend Hermina.
I'll go too. I'm her sister-in-law, Margaret. How about you, Nettie?
Well, I'm her sister-in-law too. If you're going, Margaret, I'm going.
You're all crazy.
Then I must be crazy too. I'm John Murphy, a reporter for the Boston Herald. I'll leave trouble ahead of your car, Alice, and give you a hand when you need help. And by the way, please call me John.
July 9th, 1909 was a rainy day in New York City.
In spite of the weather, the crowd gathered to watch Alice and her companions start their long journey.
Are you sure you won't give up this crazy scheme, Alice?
Never.
Just wait. You'll quit soon enough.
Alice didn't listen. She strode through the muddy puddles to the front of the car.
She gave the crank a mighty spin.
The engine of her Maxwell motor car roared to life.
California, here we come.
Scene 2, Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois.
They were off, but Alice had to do more than just drive. She had to take care of the car.
She used a stick to measure her gasoline. At night, she lit the gas headlamps with a match. As the car broke down, Alice had to fix it. She also had to figure out which way to go.
Alice drove her companions through New York and Pennsylvania.
Then they started off into Ohio, where they soon got lost.
We've been driving up and down this road for hours. The only directions for motorists are in this blue book. It doesn't have pictures. It only says to find the yellow barn and turn right. There is no yellow barn on this road.
Then how do we decide where to turn?
Let's ask that woman up ahead.
Excuse me, ma'am. We're looking for a yellow barn.
Oh, it's right back there.
But that barn is green.
It is now. It used to be yellow. The man who lives there hates cars. He painted the barn green just to confuse other motorists.
I think we need a better map. There isn't one. And once we get to the Missouri River, there are no maps at all. From there, Alice and her friends traveled through Indiana and Illinois.
As they moved west, the roads got so bad, they began driving to a new rhythm.
Lurch, jerk,
Skid, bounce,
lurch, jerk,
skid,
crash.
The car got stuck in ruts and prairie dog holes. Most the horse and the cart had to pull them out.
The brake pedal broke and the axle snapped.
Tires exploded 11 different times.
They got soaked by rain, pelted by hail, and splattered with mud. Scene 3, Iowa and Nebraska.
At Weasel Creek, Iowa, the trip came to a stop.
Oh no, just look at this creek.
It must be flooded from all the rain.
I'll wade across and see how deep it is. Be careful, Alice. Go slowly. The water is cold on my ankles. I'll just take a few more steps and... Ah! Alice! I'm okay. The water just got very deep. It's all the way up to my waist. We can't drive the car through this.
We'll have to turn back.
No, we won't. We can wait it out.
With no food or shelter, I'll see if I can buy us some dinner at the farmhouse we passed.
Good idea, Hermina.
Soon Hermina returned. I got us a loaf of bread, butter, and a jar of water, all for 25 cents.
And I will put our feet on the dashboard and sleep in the car.
After a miserable night, they woke up to find the creek was down.
Alice's patience had paid off.
We're back in business, ladies.
On to
Boone, Iowa. And more muddy problems.
People from the town warned Alice.
Up ahead is Danger Hill. It's so steep most cars slide right down. You'll never make it up. Your load's too heavy. They'll have to put your car on the train and ship it to Nebraska.
I promise to drive every inch of this trip, and that's what I'm going to do.
That's what you say now. You haven't seen Danger Hill.
Well, you haven't seen us ladies in action, gentlemen. This is what we'll do. Margaret, Hermina, and I will take our bags and go to Nebraska by train. Great idea, Nettie. Then Alice can drive up the hill with a lighter car. I'll go with you, Alice, so you won't be alone.
I'll be glad for the company, John.
I'll write a story for the newspaper along the way. Alice and John started the journey the next morning. The car slipped and skidded on the muddy roads, but Alice never lost control.
She made it up Danger Hill safely.
I'm going to write a great newspaper story about this, Alice.
Thanks, John. Now I'd better drive on to Nebraska and rejoin my friends.
Scene 4, going into Wyoming and Utah.
Together again, Alice drove her companions into the rugged state of Wyoming.
What kind of squatting flat-top hills are those, Alice?
They're called buttes.
And these hills seem to be huge piles of loose rock and gravel. Will the car make it up?
Let's give it a try.
Slowly, the Maxwell car climbed up the hill, then slid back down. Again, they climbed up.
And slid back down.
What can we do, Alice?
I have an idea. The three of you walk beside the car. When it begins to slide down, set a piece of wood behind the tires to stop us. Then I'll start up again and we'll inch our way up this hill. Slowly but surely, they made it over the hills of Wyoming and into the state of Utah.
I hope the worst was behind them. Or was it just up ahead?
I can't believe Alice has made it this far. Well, now she's coming up to hot, dusty desert. Miles and miles of it. She'll turn back for sure. Well, I can
It's not just Scene 5, Nevada. On July 31st, Alice and her friends reached the Nevada desert.
Not much to see but tumbleweeds.
And those prickly horned toads.
And wait, what's that in the distance?
There's a big dust cloud, and it's coming this way.
It's getting closer. It's Indians! Stay calm, everyone.
Calm? With a dozen Indians galloping toward us? They've got bows and arrows. I'm closing my eyes. Me too.
Me three. Well, would you look at that?
We can't look. Our eyes are closed.
It's just a hunting party. The Indians are hunting that jackrabbit. Look at it go.
Even better, look at the Indians go after it. That jackrabbit isn't racing as fast as my heart. Let's get out of here.
Alice drove them safely through the Nevada desert.
The last big hurdle was up ahead, and Sierra Nevada mountains.
Alice will never make it up the mountains. That's 81 miles straight up into the clouds. She'll have to quit for sure.
On August 3rd, Alice gripped the steering wheel tight and began to climb the Sierra Nevadas.
The car struggled up the steep, sandy road. The engine got dangerously hot. Alice stopped at each hairpin turn to cool the engine.
And while we're here, we might as well admire the view.
Those blue skies seem endless, don't they? And those peaks in the distance. blues and purples and all hazy. It's so beautiful here.
Guess what, ladies? We're going to put up in style tonight. The Maxwell car people have paid for a night for us at a cottage at Lakeside Park.
Good. We can do a few repairs on our clothes. We want to look good for the big finale. Oh no! My best straw hat! It got crushed in a suitcase! I've got some silk chiffon I can stitch across the crown to hide the damage. Thank you, Nettie.
Finally, Alice made it over the last summit.
Here we are, ladies, California.
Scene 6, San Francisco.
Once they had come through the high mountains, it was an easy ride to the end of the road, San Francisco.
You did it, Alice! The first woman to drive a car across the United States. Who knows, Alice? Maybe someday people will write stories about you.
On August 7, 1909, Alice and her companions
Arrived in San Francisco. A parade of cars followed Alice's Maxwell through the city. I can't believe she did it.
Yeah, but I'll bet she was slow.
Alice completed her journey in 59 days, faster than any man had done it before.
Well,
Alice silenced all the critics who believed she couldn't do it.
because Alice believed in herself. She was one of a kind.